Alright guys, welcome back to the channel once again, and in this video we're going to be talking about the BigQuery partitioning and clustering. So in the previous video we talked about how we can use the BigQuery, create data set and then tables, and then we talk about the billing, how we can optimize the billing and all those things we talk about. But in this video we're actually going to talk about why we need partitioning and clustering, really important into the BigQuery dataset tables. So actually partitioning is like you want to partition the data, and then like when you scan the data, like you would write some query and then try to scan the data, and if you have included that column, which column you use for partitioning, so it will show you the date only scan in that date range, not like more than that. The partitioning is done by the timestamp or date or the ingestion time, so only that one column if you have a date into the table, so then it will apply the partitioning. Other than that, like if you can use clustering, so that you can have like 4 columns only per table, and every column can be like clustered. So let's suppose you have similar data, so it can be like clustered by those values which are similar to each other in that column, so that it will cluster that data and then it will try to scan only into that data. It will not scan more than that. So let's suppose you have like many user profile data, and then user has like information like country, city, state and all, and then user have like created date and also ID and everything. So if you want to cluster the data, so you can use country, city, state column as a for clustering, because you want to cluster by that. And then you can use inserted time for the partitioning column, so you can partition by month or date. So let's suppose you can only make 4,000 partition per table. So let's suppose if you do it by month, so it's going to be huge range. 4,000 is too much, so you can apply month. And if you want to do by date, so you have to make sure like date should not be that larger enough, so that it won't insert the data later when the partitioning is like over than that. So let's suppose if you have already inserted 4,000 dates into the table, so if try to insert like 4001, so it's not gonna take it. It's like only applicable for 4,000. So better to do that by month, so it's never gonna be expired, because 4,000 months is like too many years. So I think it's gonna be enough thing. So I'm gonna take you to my screen and I'm gonna show you like how we can do that. So this you can do it while creating the table into the BigQuery directly, or you can do it while creating the table, and at the same time you can load the data from the CSV file or Amazon S3 or Google Cloud or wherever is want to. So it's like we can show you. So let me take you to my screen and I'll show you like what is this clustering and partitioning, and I'll show you how you can put it into the table. Okay, let's go. Alright guys, so as you can see my screen, this is the Google Cloud open, and this is the BigQuery page where you can see your all the data set over here. So you can see this is one of the data set I have created, test data set, and inside that if you go, you're gonna be finding all the tables. So I have like one table which is called users, and then if you want to see more details inside of it, so you can see all the details over here, and rest of the others like overview, insight and all those things. And then when you click on the table, so you come over here and you can see like you can see all the columns, and then you can preview over here if you want to preview the data, if you have data inside that. So I don't have any data, and if I come over here, so you can see what I was talking about, clustering and partitioning. So the partitioning is this one, like partition by month, because I added a date column which is called last login. So the last login contains the date into the column, so I can only insert the date because the type of date column is like date type. So you see like timestamp over here, so into this one, that's why I can use it for partitioning. Only you can like do it by the date column or the timestamp column. Other than that, I don't think you can do it. So it's not possible because it doesn't allow you the option. So better you can like select like ingestion time. So whenever you ingest the data in data set, so it cannot do the partition number of rows, but all the rows gonna be coming into the same date because the ingestion time is the same. But other than that, over here details, and then clustering I talk about. So cluster by user ID, name, age and country. If the similar name is going to be there, so it's going to be clustered by that, and then it will take less CPU to load the data, scan the data and all those. So compute will be less, but it still is going to be higher than this one, because partitioning optimize your query a lot, and then it reduce number of cores has to be used into the BigQuery, because the slots, so the BigQuery works on the slots and cores, so number of slot will be scanned is less into the partitioning. So if you are on demand, so you're going to go always 2,000 slots. So it depends on like how much data you have in the table, so it will try to scan those number of slots, and then it will use those slots to scan the data and then try to show you result by the query. But over here, if you have cluster by that, so it will use lesser slots to scan the data, and then it will use less compute to show the data. But partitioning is much effective Then cluster by is the another approach. And if you want to optimize your billing more, so you can go by like add the quota. So that quota you collect how many number of data you're gonna be scanning per day or per month. So according to that, every month it's gonna renew your quota after that, like you have. But if you put it like if you predict like that much you're gonna use, and then you predict over there and put it, so it will give you some basic pricing every month. But in on demand, whatever you use, you pay for that only. So it's kind of that. So this is much effective way. So how you can create it. So this is like you can run by query as well and create it. Otherwise you can just go to the data set over here, and then inside this one you can just create the table. You can just go create the table. So you have to like put the name and everything. So let's suppose demo, I put it over here, and then you have to add the field. So I just add field ID, name, okay, age, and then created at. So created at, this option not gonna be enabled until unless I put it as a date or timestamp. Once I enable it, so it's gonna be enabled for me. So this one gonna be labeled for. So that, let's see, if I change it to timestamp, see, this is enabled. If I change it to date, date over here, so it's enabled. And if I just change it to any other like type of the column, it's not going to be enabled. So I just do partition by select field. It will only show you that option which is like date or timestamp over here. So clustering order, so you have to just put the comma separated value. So I put ID, name, age, so it will cluster by that. And then you can just create the table. So you can just go for more advanced option and everything, and then after that you can cluster it. So I have to just reduce the size, so it's kind of that. So you see the create table. So I can create the table over here, and then it will be created. So let's create it. So table is created, go to the table, and then you see there's nothing over here, but into the details you're going to find all the things that you have. Yeah, there's a partition do not expire, not required, and then partition by day, we choose the day. And if you want to choose the month and a year, so we can choose that over there. So option comes later after you select the field. And then ID, name, age is cluster by. So when you insert the data by these columns, so you're gonna find those details over there. Other than that, it's like everything. So yeah, so that's it. That's what the information I wanted to give you. But I don't have data much enough, so I can scan it and actually show you the difference, like how much it's like scanning the data when I don't include the partitioning, and then when I include the partitioning. But maybe in the next video when I'm gonna be talking about like different topic, but I will insert the data and I'll show you how much data is taking. So just wait for another video. And thank you so much guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.